exciting weekend. Oh, fun at homecoming.
Yeah.
I have all the pictures because Darcy Dalen is my friend on Facebook. So he sent many pictures. Enjoy my coffee. Like mother's milk. Did you get any coffee? Did you want some coffee? There's coffee. Oh, do you have any cash?
You don't have to pay for it.
Mom took all my. Oh.
No,
Okay. Mom steals all my money to go out garage sales.
Oh, too bad you don't have cable. Tonight, Jeff Dunham is on Comedy Central with the new show.
Yeah. Funny guy. I'm surprised that the Muslims haven't bombed him with his new He has the Arab.
Yeah.
Ahmed.
Yeah, Ahmed.
And Ahmed Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You think the Muslims have heard of him?
I think so. But I can care less what they think. Their religion's wrong anyway.
So today, he is not only my chauffeur, he's not only my chauffeur, he is also a student at college. He is taking the ASL class, and he is required to come to an ASL function. Because he has to write a paper when he's finished. He has to write a paper about the ASL here. His class, I asked him, "Are you bringing friends from your class?" He said, "No." This is a much better deaf activity. Yeah.
Everyone else went up to Sheridan instead.
They went where?
Sheridan.
Sheridan.
Because they have a deaf interpreter at one of the churches.
They have an interpreter where? In Sheridan, Nebraska. Okay. Yeah. Close to it. Yeah. I used to sign Lincoln, but now Lincoln. Yeah. All of the deaf people in Lincoln sign Lincoln. All of the deaf people that I met long ago in Omaha would sign Lincoln.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
But I went, yes. Dorothy? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, we keep praying. I know that I had the chemo myself 7 days, 24 hours every day for 7 days, for 1 week. And I mean, nothing. I mean, my body felt very normal, very normal. So I don't know. Yeah. And most people, I mean, chemo is terrible. And I say, I feel nothing.
Yeah, they get all different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mine was called cladribine, and there are different kinds.
Like somebody's hair fall.
Yeah. I told him, look, my hair fell out.
There you go again.
Okay.
How many years will we live in heaven? How many years?
100 years is one day.
Yeah. But this life we call a year when the sun has one time around the sun is 1 year. But there in heaven, how many years?
1 day. No, it's actually, it's a half day.
Yeah. 1 day. Yeah. It's interesting. This morning, our reading is from Genesis chapter 2 for the Old Testament. But in Genesis chapter 1, God made the heaven and the earth. The earth was formless and void, and the Spirit of God hovered over the waters, and God said, light, and happened light, and God said, it is good. There was evening, there was morning the first day. Our days start with evening, then morning, right? Actually, that happens. The time that I go to bed, time to go to bed. Too late. Normally about 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, somewhere between 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock. You go to sleep. And then you wake up in the morning, 7:15. So, wake up. Really, there was evening and there was morning the first day, right? At 12 o'clock, it starts with 9. And
But they
then
didn't
after
have a
morning-
time. They didn't have a time back then.
Yeah, well, really, it's interesting. If we look at time in the Old Testament and New Testament, the Hebrew people have a different idea of time than the Roman people. John talks about Jesus' judgment. It says, and they brought Jesus to the 5 courts. But when they brought him to Pontius Pilate, they brought him at 6 o'clock in the morning. And John says the 6th hour, where normally the Hebrew people counted as the first hour. 6 o'clock in the morning is the first hour for Hebrew, and the 6th hour for the Romans. So really, the Roman time is our time. 6 o'clock in the morning, bring him to Pontius Pilate, means 6 o'clock. And if you have Hebrew time, that is the first hour of the day. And so they separated 6 to 6. 6 in the morning to 6 at night is the day for the Hebrews, and then starts a new day at 6 o'clock at night. So, a different concept of time. But he's right. He said, in heaven, we will live there only 1 day. Only half a day. Yeah, because there is no sun to shine on us. There is
Because
no
God is the
sun
light.
going to shine on us. That means that sleepy time is none.
Because God is the light that shines.
And I will enjoy it because my family are hoot owls. All night long doesn't bother us. You know. Waking up in the morning is hard, but all night long doesn't bother us.
That's where I am.
And now we are set up for chapter 27. It says, on that day, the Lord will use his fierce power, his sword, to punish Leviathan, that slippery snake. Leviathan, that twisty snake. He will kill that monster which lives in the sea. Leviathan. What is that? Snake? Do you know what kind of animal is this? Animal, right? Let's see if I am guessing right. Job, the book named Job, chapter 42, I think. No. 41. 41.
Oh, crocodile or alligator, according to my sensor. According to
That's
mine.
funny. That's funny.
According to mine, it says. You go back to that again.
Leviathan.
You go back and read that again.
Yeah. Well, let's look at your translation. Let's look at this explanation and compare it to your translation.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yep. Possibly the crocodile.
Okay. Let's look. Let's see this explanation. Let's see if you think it is a crocodile. Okay. Can you pull Leviathan out of the water with a fish hook? Its tongue, can you rope down? Crocodiles have a long tongue.
They have a short one.
Yeah. Oops. Can you put a metal ring through its nose, like the large bulls Do you have experience on the farm? A large bull? Yeah, the nose. Why did they have the nose? Yeah, the nose. What is your sign for interesting? What is your sign? Interesting or interesting? 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 Yeah. Fascinating? Yeah, fascinating. And fascinating, why? Yeah. If someone has your nose, you cannot look away. You cannot look away. When your nose is pulled, you have to look right there. Fascinating. Yes, right. And if you grab a bull by the nose, he cannot turn his head. He cannot horn you with his nose held.
What's your
He
translation?
cannot horn you. So this is saying this snake, this crocodile. If it's a crocodile, can you put a metal ring in its nose?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Just,
Really? With a metal ring? Yeah. Okay. Can you hook its jaw? Can you hook it? Again,
Actually, yeah.
alligator, crocodile?
I seen it with Jeff Corbin.
Yep. Will the animal plead for mercy? I don't know of any. We went down to Florida and we visited the crocodile farm. Alligators, crocodiles, all of the animals. We saw the largest alligator in the world was Gomek. At that time, we watched as they threw in frozen chickens. They threw them in, and he would eat, a whole chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how. Yeah. Yeah. Whole tummy. But the Leviathan can talk to beg for mercy, or speak to you tenderly. Will you make an agreement? The two of you make an agreement, and you can take it as a slave. Yeah. Can you play with that like a bird, or keep it on a leash, walk it around for your daughters to walk around? So now it's walking.
The only other
Like
one
a
that
bird, it has wings.
dragon, but
What is it looking like? Can you play with it like a bird? Can you keep it on a leash for your daughters to walk around? Will your traders divide it and the money expensively divided? Can you put a harpoon? Okay. Can I harpoon an alligator or a crocodile? Can I throw a harpoon? Will it go through?
they said it can.
Oh, easily. Easily.
Yeah.
I can take a harpoon and
Yeah.
very easily.
They said you can.
This says no.
The only one that
Leviathan, you can't.
the only other
This
one
has
that I
very,
can
very
think of would be
strong skin. all of its body is covered with hard scales.
There's only two animals that might match that in the boat extent right now, and that would be the dragon or the dinosaur.
Well, and I think there's only one animal like this, and it's called the Leviathan. Because later on it says you cannot poke through it because it has scales, and it breathes fire. It breathes fire. Its nose pours out smoke.
Yeah.
Again, a dragon. It sounds like a dragon.
Come on.
Flashes of light. Its eyes are like the bright rays of dawn. Its eyes shine. This doesn't look like a crocodile to me.
I know, but both of our translations
Yeah.
have crocodile.
Yeah. Well, and my sermon by the supervisor for my vicarage, he came to preach at my ordination. And when I was ordained, he said, it's like a whale. The biggest animal in the ocean is a whale. And he said, this is like a whale. And I said, no, it's not a whale.
No,
It's
because
not a crocodile.
there's no.
What is it? Hello! Hello! Morning! Stan! No, Stan! I tried to stand, yeah. And Dora. Good to see you.
Yeah, because there's nowhere that I know of that can breathe fire.
No animal that I have seen that can breathe fire.
Yeah.
Nothing. So, I don't know. All of this is describing Leviathan. And there are a few places in the Bible that explain Leviathan. The other one is our chapter here, chapter 27 of Isaiah, and explaining this huge water animal. It goes under the water, and it lives, and God will destroy it on the last day. On that day, God will destroy Leviathan. The one day singing with delight in the vineyard, I, the Lord, watch over it. I water it continually. I watch over it day and night so that no one will harm it. No longer am I angry if thorns and briars would confront me. I would fight them in battle and set them on fire. Let them come to me for protection. Let them make peace with me. Yes, let them make peace with me. In time, Jacob will take root and grow, and Israel will blossom and bud and fill the whole world with fruit. Will the Lord hurt Israel, or will he hurt others who hurt them? Question. Will he kill them and kill others? He punished Israel, sending it away. He removed it with a fierce blast from the east winds. In this way, the wrongdoing of the descendants of Jacob are covered up. Question. You know where it is? In the Middle East, right? Arabia, Egypt, Iraq, Iran, north is Syria, Jordan, all of these countries. And right in the middle is this small country called Israel. How large is the country of Israel? You know? Small, yeah. I tried to describe it for my women's group. Many of the mothers with children came to study, and I told them, it is a small country. How large? How small? I told them, I will show you. The next week, I brought a map, and the map had a picture of Nebraska and Iowa, and Israel would be between Council Bluffs and Lincoln. That is how far it is from the west to the east. From the north, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, down to Nebraska City, down to your home. From Sioux Falls to DeWitt. That's how large the country of Israel is. It is not huge country. It is very, very small. 120 miles this way, and about 100, well, maybe 140 miles this way, and about 100 miles this way. So, yeah, right, yeah. Well, depending on who is driving, yeah. He can drive it in about 1 hour. But Israel, that place that God promised the man named Abraham, that place, that country that God promised the man named Isaac, that land, 140 by 100, the promise to the name Jacob, the man named Israel is equal to Jacob. Changed his name to Israel. And Israel means
he wrestled with God.
Wrestled with God and is still alive. That's what the name means. Wrestled with God and is still alive. Often, I feel.
I think we all do.
Yeah. And that's why we are called the children of Israel. And does that name mean the dirt over there? Well, but this says the people that are against Israel, God will punish them. God will destroy those people against Israel. Does that mean that the country, the nation of Israel?
His people.
Okay. Many Christian groups misunderstand this.
Yeah.
They think that if you are against that country, against that nation, then you are going to be punished from God. No. This is not talking about dirt. This is talking about you. Okay? You are all children of Israel. You are the people who struggled 3 months ago. Where was I?
in the hospital.
Yeah, I was in the hospital. I had chemo. The doctors, the nurses, my phlebotomist told me I am dying. My wife again last night said, I think the wife had a worse time than you did. My wife was worried that I would die. I was not worried at all. No, I felt normal. I felt fine. No problem. And no problem. When you came to the hospital to visit, no problem.
Yep, I remember that.
But God, struggling with God, we are Israel. And don't misunderstand. Don't think that God is naming a nation over there. God is naming you. When he says Israel equals you. Okay.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yep.
Where's
Jacob. It's interesting. Abraham's son, Isaac, and Isaac's son, Jacob. Jacob, name changed when he was wrestling with God. He held on until the morning, and God said, let me go. And he said, no, I will not let you go until you bless me. Right. And he said, here's your blessing. 100 pounds of gold. No. He did not think that money was that important. He said, your blessing is your name. Jacob means what? Give me the big word. Give me the big word. Come on, the big word.
Usurper.
Very good.
Yeah, I was gonna say thing, but you just about the same thing. Oh man.
Okay.
I was gonna say things, but it's almost the same thing.
Almost the same. When Jacob was struggling with his brother Esau was born first.
Yeah.
He should have the right to double what he would inherit from their father. But Esau went out hunting and he did not shoot any meat. He came back home and he was starving to death, and he asked his brother for some chili, some red beans. And his brother, who was cooking, said, first you give me the right to double it. And the brother said, I will die if you don't give me food. I will give you my right to the birthright. I will give it to you. Fine. So he switched his brother. He exchanged his brother. Then later, his father was ready to die. His father was 117 years old. His eyes were weak. He was ready to die.
That acquainted you 3 months ago.
How old was his father How old did Isaac live? The father lived for how many more years after he decided, I'm ready to die? 117, he decided he was ready to die. He lived to 180 years old. So another 60, 63 years or whatever. He lived many, many more years. But he was ready to give the son the blessing. He was ready to give Esau the blessing.
And instead,
But
Jacob
again switches and goes in and gets the blessing from his father. Jacob, cheating line cutter, and help from mom. Well, because God told mom that Jacob would be first. And even though he was born second, he would be first in God's decision. So, Jacob, cheating line cutter.
and when Esau was born, Jacob was holding Esau's
holding on to his
heel.
heel. Yeah. Mom wouldn't like that. No. Israel means
Struggle with God, wrestle with God, and live.
yeah. Struggle with God, still alive. It would be like if a pastor was in Des Moines and they thought, no, end of his deaf ministry finished. And then he moved to Omaha and God said, no, not yet finished.
Thought about you there.
Struggle with God, still alive. Jacob is the human name, and Israel
It's a spirit name.
is the family name, is the spiritual family name. Jacob is talking about the human family,
Right.
and Israel is talking about the family that is a spiritual family. We are from the same father. Yeah.
Going all the way back
And he's
to
my brother. Yes. It's true.
going all the way back to Adam.
Well, also Noah,
Yep.
and then Adam, and there is
Abraham.
no separation. He is my brother. We look alike. Yeah. And it's true. My family is all of the people who believe in the same faith as Abraham, the same Savior as Isaac, the same struggle and stay alive, the same as Israel. And chapter 27, when the Lord hurts Israel, no. Others he will kill, he will punish. He sent Israel away. He sent him away. And Israel was the name of the 10 northern families. And Judah was the name of the one family from the south. Israel, where did they go?
They were captured.
We don't know. When Jesus told the people, I have sheep that are not from this flock. I have sheep that are not from this family, Judah. I will go and search for my sheep. The
The police,
Jews,
the
okay,
Pharisees.
thought that Jesus meant he was going to ignore them and go and look for the 10 families called Israel from the north. The Jews were a little bit worried because they knew that Jesus had great power. And the Jews, they wanted to control and use Jesus, but Jesus said, no, I have other sheep that are not your family. And they were worried because they thought that Jesus was going to travel to England, to Russia, to China. He was going to go and find the other tribes, the other families from the north.
But that's
Does that
not,
happen?
that's not what you're talking about.
No, it's not. He was talking about us. Yes. He was talking about you and me. Yes. But he was not meaning the families, the 12. He was meaning all people. Oh, Larry! The families together are Israel, and God says, the Lord will not harm Israel. He will cover our wrongdoings, and this way they will turn from sin. They will turn to the altars of stone, the poles, these altars and poles, Ashtaroth and Baal, all of the incense, the fortified cities, isolated, the people left in the desert, and calves will graze there. They will lie down. They will hello! Good to see you. Hello, Dick. Good to see you. Roger. Good to see you.